All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the second episode of the Ramblecast.
You suck.
I am joined here today by a new guest. His name is Brandon. Introduce yourself, Brandon.
Y'all already heard my name. Y'all know who I am.
He's a figment of your imagination. It doesn't exist.
We have returning guest John, and
unfortunately,
actually no, they're not guests. They're members.
Yeah.
Brandon and John are members.
Yeah, no, we're not bringing in guests just yet.
Yeah, so alongside me, we have John and Brandon, and today we will be discussing horror.
I don't. I mean, Ryan could be a guest, as far as I'm.
I'm the one who created the channel.
Yeah, if anything, I'm the guest here because I'm a new member, but I'm a new member, not a guest. So
you'll feel just at home after a few episodes. But anyway.
Also, really quickly, Ryan, going to message you something.
I hope you understand. The people listening to this are not going to be able to see this. Okay. Unless with the powers of editing you make it so. But
no, we just have a really nice spooky image with the words Ramblecast on it. Yeah,
the image I threw together in 3D paint.
Hey, no, they don't need to know what we made, how we do our.
I do not have.
Everything's about smoke and mirrors, all right?
You gotta admit it was pretty nice. It was pretty nice.
Yeah, the first image was pretty nice.
Yeah.
So, anybody got anything, related to Halloween they can talk about? Any good stories or anything?
Horror stories? But you know a good channel? John, you're gonna know I'm going with this. Mr. Nightmare. That YouTube channel?
No,
Who's that?
No, personal story. Mr. Nightmare is a YouTube channel that, from what I think goes on is, people write to him or email him, message him stories, like scary events that have happened to him or happened to them, and then he takes the ones that seem like the most likely to be true and he combines them and he narrates them.
Yeah, it's actually really cool.
Actually really good.
Well, I do have a horror story.
All right. Tell us.
And it has
the Bandman touch you.
No, it's nothing like that. It's pertaining to airports.
Oh, I'm already loving this. Continue.
Do you guys travel frequently in airports?
No.
I do.
No.
Okay.
I've been in an airport.
I mean, I've been multiple times to travel, but I've never been
on an airplane.
I've never been to an airport, but I have traveled in a plane.
Yeah, 4 times, I think.
How many times? Let's see. I think 4 or 5 as well.
Well, I travel.
I'm including back and forth.
Well, I travel by plane nearly 3-5 times a year.
Lucky.
So.
I mean, yeah.
Pretty frequently.
So.
In first class, it's great.
Oh, dude.
Hold up.
Dude, I've been in first class once, dude. Oh, dude, best day of my life, bro. It's freaking amazing.
Okay, so.
Anyway, continuing.
So, if one has traveled a lot at airports, you know that for some ungodly reasons, flights will get canceled for, I don't know, some made-up mechanical issue or...
Made up, yes, because they
or weather
just
conditions.
Coming up with a random...
They're sort of like, the fuel tank went inside out. What? Yeah, we had to delay it. What?
Okay, so here's my airport horror story. You ready?
All right, go for it.
Okay, so it was the day I was supposed to come home from my summer stay in Illinois, and every summer in Illinois, I go stay with my aunt and family for a couple weeks because they want to see me, and I'm dropped off by my dad, and I don't see him for 3-4 weeks, and
Lucky.
so I
during this.
Oh no, I have my aunt and stuff. We go and do stuff, but it was the day I was coming back. I was very excited to come home, see my dog, see my dad, see my house. I was very excited to get home. So these days I usually spend very long because from my aunt's house to Chicago O'Hare Airport, it's about an hour-long drive, depending on traffic. And so I have to sit through that for a while, and then the airport is just like a chaotic amalgamation of things happening. Like you just have to get your bags checked, then you have to go to security, then you have to like get to your gate, know where your gate is, and walk a bunch. It's very hectic, I would say, because you gotta be fast.
We know what it's like. We've been there.
Yeah, can you get to the good part already? No,
there's gotta be a lot of build up. So by the time I get to my gate, about like 2 hours have passed. It was like starting to be really long already. We get there at about, I'd say, 4-ish, 4:30-ish, or like 5-ish. I don't know.
In the morning? Nice.
No, at night, in evening.
Oh.
But everything's going fine. I'm at my gate. I get on the plane. I sit down on the plane. My aunt hugged me goodbye at the gate. But then I hear the infamous words, everybody, we're going to have you get off the plane. There's a mechanical issue. No hydraulic fluid left. We're going to get you a new plane. And so after sitting down and getting comfortable, we all had to walk out of the plane. And I looked on...
Scary.
Oh, it's very scary. It instills a lot of anxiety. It's going to ramp up, but I look on the board, and I see the flight is delayed for about 2 hours. And then those 2 hours turn into 3 hours. And so I'm stuck at that airport for a really long time, and I haven't had dinner yet. And the hours just drag on by. We get a new plane, and by the time I get on the plane, it's like 10 o'clock. Like, it's really... night. Yeah, it was bad. So we get on the plane, 10 o'clock, and we actually leave the gate this time. We get on the runway with both of our engines running, but then captain comes on. This is your captain. We have like an extra person on the flight or something. Some security issue. I'm not sure what it is.
Very compelling story so far.
Something, FAA, something, I'm not legally allowed to fly this plane before we get clearance. So we sit on the runway for like a good hour. For an hour.
I'm starting to like this story.
All right.
And I'm like, oh, please, God, I don't want to go back to gate. I just want to go home, please. Oh, God. Like, I'm about to actually start crying.
Dude, I'm with you there.
And the infamous words come on at the speaker. Okay, guys, so I don't want to put my license on the line here. We gotta go back to the gate. This plane is not legally allowed to fly.
Rip.
And this is the point where I break. I start breathing heavily. Like, the flight attendants actually had to bring me a puke bag. It was not fun. And, like, I had this one guy come over who was in the next aisle. He had to come console me. Like, this random stranger that I didn't even know had to come over and console me because I was just crying and shaking in the corner.
But,
like, I'm literally crying and shaking right now. Because I wanted to go home.
But how old were you?
16?
This happened, like only a couple of months ago, dude.
Wait, what? Oh.
I was 17.
Dang, so I was close when I guessed 16.
I was crying and shaking. Like, there was so much anxiety. I just wanted to go home. But anyway, we go back to the gate. I get off the plane. My aunt's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Because she refused to leave before she knows I took off. And so we're like, and the intercom comes on. Okay, folks, your flight's canceled. And by this point, it's 11 at night. And we're an hour away from my aunt's house. And my bag is God knows where. So we're like, oh, we're just going to go down to customer service. They can help. And nobody was at customer service. Ooh.
Pretty creepy.
Nobody was at customer service because here's the thing. There are a lot of other people who were getting their flights canceled, and they were angry. They were very upset that they have been gypped like this. And so the customer service employees got so fed up with them that they just left. They just called it quits.
And so they all got fired.
Well, and then we head down to baggage claim. It's now 11:30 or 12 at night, and
Have you had dinner?
oh yeah, I had dinner, but like before I got on the second plane. But we go down to baggage claim 11:30 at night, and we sit in this really long line for like 45 minutes, and they're like, "Where is our bag?" And the lady's like, "I don't know. We're doing everything we can to locate all the bags from the canceled flights. You're just going to have to wait." You want to know what time it was when I finally got my bag?
Ooh, is this where we can guess? I'm guessing 3.
1 in the morning.
Oh.
I win.
I expected much more of a wait time.
Yeah.
1 in the morning. I get my bag, and we drive an hour back to my aunt's house. And I just hit the hay at 2, but I'm not able to sleep. And like my flight's rebooked for like 5 o'clock the next day. And
it gets canceled again.
And here's the thing, I was really stressing out at this point because I wanted to make it back for my girlfriend's birthday, which was the next day.
Oh, that's a rip.
So my flight was on my girlfriend's birthday, and I was like, crap, I really gotta get home so I can go to her birthday. Oh my gosh, I got her a present and everything. Oh gosh, if I miss this, she's gonna hate me. Oh god. But then everything went smoothly, and I got on the
Failed
flight.
to see how this is a horror story, though.
Yeah.
It was a horror story for me, alright?
All right, fine. Brandon, you got anything? I'm still trying to choose one.
No, but something weird that I've noticed in my life.
Weirdest or like frightening or whatever that happened to you.
No, nothing really. I will admit, I have this weird relationship with bugs. Like I don't know why, but like there are some days where
Fetishist.
where I will get freaked the fuck out by a bug. Like if I see a cockroach, I'm like, this motherfucker's about to kill me.
Oh my
And, like,
god, dude.
And like other days, like I'll see a cockroach, and I'm like, this man's gonna move. Like I'm tired of this.
That's relatable, honestly.
Yeah, it's not horror. It's just like because like I remember this one time. Where was it? I was in El Salvador. This is one of the flights that I took, and I went to El Salvador, and like I was just on the couch. Now apparently the people there give no craps about bugs. Like even if you're rich, if you see a bug, you're like, it's just a bug. Just leave it be, whatever. And like the people here freak out. And obviously I grew up here, first world problems. So like I'm literally just like there, and I'm just chilling, sitting next to my mom, and like, I'm talking to like my cousin there. I went to visit my grandma. My mom was like, "What the hell is that?" And we look over like next to me, like on the couch, and like on the armrest, there's like this huge black dot, and we're like, and like it doesn't even look like a cockroach. We're just like, wait, what is that? So when I touch it, this cockroach starts to fly straight at my face. I'm like, I'm dead.
Dude,
So like
when the bug starts to fly, it's all over.
when the bug starts to fly, it's over. So I did the most logical thing. I grabbed my 7-year-old cousin and I hid behind him. It was the most logical thing at the time. You can't blame me for much there, but you know, I was
It's not
scared.
the most logical thing at the time. It's the most logical thing you could think of in that panic.
That too. So
No,
you know,
not
I
that
was
too.
like,
Just only that.
yeah, no, like this actually scared me. Like now this was when I was like what 5 years old. So it was a while ago.
I thought you were older than your 7-year-old cousin. All right.
No. Wait, hold up. You just made me question myself. Give me a minute. No, I when I was 10, sorry. No, when I was 5, I ate a bug. That's what happened when I was 5.
Wait a minute.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah, I ate a bug. Dude, moths are freaking delicious, bro. I'm not sure about you guys. Bruh,
I'd like
of course
to
I did.
see you do that again.
Hell no, I'm too much of a coward nowadays to be able to do that.
Speaking of bugs, once upon a time in my house, after I had just gotten done cooking a brilliant potato dish with peppers, it was very good.
Oh yeah, dude, I seen the stuff you cooked. It looks really good.
Yeah, I add like new stuff every time. First it was potatoes, then it was peppers and potatoes, then it was peppers, cilantro, and potatoes, and now I do it potatoes, peppers, cilantro, and like a squeeze of lemon.
When can you invite me to your house to eat?
I don't know. Just come on in.
Just come on in.
Are you sure your dad would allow that?
Oh yeah, he's chill.
I just pop out in the window. Oh my woman. Shindai just staring at your food. Nunny, next thing you know, Nick, you say nunny and it's gone. Like the food's gone. Like if it's in my hands, I'm already gone.
Brandon's just come on through the window, grabbed the food, and ran out before Ryan could even cook it.
Dude, you don't even see me go in there, dude. I'm just gone. Like,
you know, Ryan, I'd like to see you make a better lasagna than me, though.
Anyway,
I want lasagna, John.
Lasagna. Dude, who doesn't? Alright, continue.
Anyway, okay, so after I was done like with dinner and everything, I was chillaxing, put my stuff in the dishwasher, and I notice the largest praying mantis on my wall.
That's cute. Praying mantises are cute.
And I had never seen a bug this big in my house. And I was like, Dad, there's a giant bug on the wall. He's like, okay, kill it. I don't know where the fly swatter is. And he's like, well, figure it out. And I'm like, I improvise.
Grab the skillet.
No, I grabbed the greasy spatula.
No.
I'm like, prepare for pain.
Yeah, I'll be real.
Think this through. You grabbed the greasy spatula to kill a bug on the wall.
Well, the spatula worked because I went up to the wall. I slowly pushed. I was like, you better be ready. I'm just like, and I get it.
Why'd you even kill a praying mantis?
And he falls onto the table, and he's like as big as the palm of my hand, and I have huge hands. That would freak me out. I have the yowie hands.
That is a pretty big praying mantis.
Yeah,
dude.
See, but I at least commend you for actually using like an actual thing. Me and my dad have one thing in common. When we kill bugs, we just use our hands. Like
we've gotten a knife.
We're just straight up like kill it with it. We'll kill it. Like literally, like a few days ago, there was a mosquito in the house, and it's a really big mosquito. Like it's not like so big that it would like it will freak me out, but like it was bigger than usual. So it's like
was it just mosquito?
And it was just like flying around, and then like my dad's like, I got it, and he literally just grabs it. He grabs it with his hands. He opened his hands. It's dead.
What?
What? He just grabs it with one hand, crushes it like the guy, like people crushing it, like super strong guys just crushing an apple with their bare hands.
Yeah, and the thing is, my dad's hands aren't like big, but like his fingers are like super like girthy. Like that's probably not the best.
Sausages.
Yeah, dude, yeah, like when it comes to hands, dude, I took from my mom because my mom has the more thinner, gentle hands. My dad's got the super huge girthy ones.
So,
dude, I love hands.
Okay. Side note: it used to be illegal in New Jersey to kill a praying mantis.
What?
Yeah, it used to be.
I would get behind that to come back because praying mantises are pretty cool.
They eat the insects and stuff, so like
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of useful farmers and stuff But let's see, scary story that's happened to me. I can probably list some moments of I guess scary moments. So I think I mentioned this in the previous podcast, but you guys know about it. Remember went to go watch Venom, and then all of a sudden I walk inside and 30 teenagers run out yelling, "Call the police" and stuff, and I'm like, "What's going on?" I'm with my dad. And we're like, "What's going on?
What's going on here?"
And apparently, shooter and stuff like that, but it actually wasn't. Another thing would be let's see. So basically, there's this kid, right? I'm standing outside, just waiting for my dad to pick me up, and this kid's riding his bike, and I turned for 1 second, and when I looked back, because I heard a thud, the kid had just gotten hit by a car that had just started to move. Thing is, the kid was fine. The car had, just started moving as soon as he crossed in front, so, it wasn't that bad. He just got a couple scrapes, and he's going to be, really badly bruised, but, the kid was fine and stuff, but, I mean, in that moment, when you turn around and you see, someone's lying on the ground and stuff, that actually is the rush of adrenaline, just going, okay, is that person dead or not?
Whoa.
No, yeah, the kid was fine though. Just had to help him, get to the side of the road, so he's not blocking the other cars. But yeah, I think the weirdest thing that's happened to me was I think I was like 4. This is back when I lived over back in like Lynchburg or something. But like um, it was Christmas Eve, right? I think it was Christmas Eve at least, and I wake up because I heard like a loud noise. You know, I think I had a twin size bed, even though I was 4 years old, and like there's like this giant like person standing in the middle of like my doorway, and
I don't remember being at your house.
I don't remember you being like a super fat dude either.
I don't remember you existing.
Yeah, exactly.
Who told you could do that?
But what ended up happening was I'm looking at this guy and this figure because I can't see their face or anything. It's just like a really dark shadow standing in my doorway, and the the lights on and stuff. So like I see the shadow, and then like I go, "Dad," and I get no response, and all of a sudden the giant like figure just like lies down at the bottom of my bed. And I just think, oh, my dad's just probably going to sleep. So I roll over and go back to sleep, and I wake up and because my dad's waking me up, and I'm like, because it's Christmas, and I'm like, Dad, was that you that like lied down in my bed last night? He's like, what? And I'm like, look, and I point to the bed, and there's like a giant outline of where the person lied down in my bed. And I was like, yeah, no, that wasn't me.
Whoa, dude,
Oh,
that's
no.
actually spooky.
That is actually spooky. Actually, you know what? I just thought of a horror story that. So I live near a forest. Actually, more accurate, woods.
I just
Oh,
thought
God.
of a story. I live
not
in
like
a
a-
forest. You already got me going.
It's like, okay, so when I was little, like 4th, 5th grade, little, yeah, very little, my friends and I started spreading this stupid rumor about some like weird figure that like supposedly was in the woods. And now
Slender Man.
now I don't know why, but my friends thought, you know what would be a really scary name? We should call him the Landlord. Like,
Yeah, there's
Dude,
very
when
creepy
you're
the Landlord. Anyway, so like,
houses in the middle of the woods. He's called the
so, like,
Lord.
yeah. So anyway, so the rumor that we were trying to spread was that there's just this black figure with like a pistol, just like in the woods chilling.
That's
And
racist.
because there's signs everywhere in the woods that say no trespassing, because there's like another neighborhood next to me. We were just sort of like, yeah, he's just there to like kill anyone who tries to trespass.
Oh my
And like,
God.
and we were like, we walked in the place where we're not supposed to trespass, but like we were just like, well, that's a pretty cool rumor to spread. So anyway, so we started spreading it 4th, 5th grade. At this point, like most people believe it's like false because like people are like, there's no way. It's like whatever. So in 6th grade though, I go into the woods with some friends, and we go like right next to the first sign that you would see on the path that there is that would say no trespassing. And like I would tell these friends, it's like, because like these are friends that haven't heard of the rumor, and I tell them about it, and it's like, yeah, but it was like a stupid story. And like we continued down the path, we turned like around a tree, we see the exact figure that we made a rumor about,
Oh my God.
like with the gun and everything. We freaked out and we ran. Like we see him, like he's not facing us, he's facing away, but he just has like a gun in his freaking like right hand. And I'm just like, fuck this shit, I'm out. And like we bolted. Like I'm not even joking. City Hall is a few blocks away from me. We ran to City Hall. Like I'm not even joking. Like it scared the crap out of us. And like my friends were so mad at me. They're like, bro, you just said it was a rumor. What the hell is this? I'm like, bro, I know it was a rumor. I made it up. They're like, what? They're like, yeah, I made up a rumor. It's like it wasn't supposed to be true. And they're like, then who was that? I'm like, damn, I don't know. So that's like my scary story. Still freaks me out to this day. I haven't seen him since, but like, hey, who knows? Like, I'm not stepping in those woods again. Let me tell you that much.
He's coming for you right now.
Like, well, I'll just tell you, I haven't stepped in that path, like in the woods, since then. So like, freaked me out. I'll probably do it again just for fun, but
Oh my God, dude.
like, it still freaked me out.
Dude, I would not be able to sleep for like weeks. Like, holy crap. Oh, I once freaked my friends out really bad, like on my
I do
birthday.
that on a daily basis.
Oh yeah, true. But
You don't know that.
anyway, um, once on my birthday, I got this like really cool light up Iron Man helmet. It was like the new hip thing. It was so cool, and we were out. We were out playing in the night, playing hide and seek, and I had the Iron Man helmet with it. Iron Man helmet with me, and I turned the lights on in the darkness, and they all saw it, and from their perspective, they just saw like two blue eyes just looking at them, and they just ran.
Two Aryan.
Dude, they like I heard them scream. I was like, "Well, what's the matter, guys? Someone's looking at us from the woods." What? Oh god, it was so. And they're like, they're traumatized, dude.
And then you go, "It was me."
No, just don't say anything.
Traumatized you.
or just don't say anything. Just have them always believe there's like some figure about to watch them in the woods. Always.
Dude, we pranked the hell out of like one of like the 6-year-old kids who was like, you know those like you had your friend groups in your neighborhood, and then you had like the 6-year-old kid who was like.
I've never experienced that. I think I was.
Dude, relatable.
If I didn't move, I was going to be the 6-year-old kid. That's that guy. But you know, I moved, so never.
Well, he was like.
That.
He was just the guy who tagged around with the bigger kids, you know. And like one like night, we're like, hey, let's freak him out just for kicks.
Oh, dude, come on.
Yes, preach.
And then so we're like, hey, if you go into those woods, there's like this one like we basically like just told him about Slender Man, made him sound as real as possible. And like he was so scared. Like you're like yeah, just go and he won't hurt you. And he was like walking into the woods trembling. Dude. It was so hard to hold back our laughter.
And then something actually happened, and you're like, oh
yeah,
no.
Yeah, dude, Tentacle came out of the woods. He grabbed the kid. We never saw him again.
It was just a prank, I swear.
Dude, you want to talk about fears?
Fears? To be real?
Heights.
Yeah, I can see that.
Let's see.
Then again, there's not a fear of mine though, because I'm literally the one guy that like the towers like in like amusement parks where they go straight up and then they drop.
Oh, dude, you ever ride?
Dude, I love those, bro. Dude, those are so fun.
I went on those towers when I was like 5 or 6. The ones that go all the way up really slowly and then just drop down. I loved those when I was a kid. Now I can't get on them anymore. I'm just so scared of heights now. Like before, I didn't understand anything. Now, just looking back at heights, I'm like, no.
One quite unusual fear that I possess is an occasional one about dreaming, about dreams in general.
Sleep paralysis.
No, not sleep paralysis. I'm not afraid of sleep paralysis.
I could care less. It gives me an excuse to be in bed. I'm cool with that.
No, dude.
How does sleep paralysis give you an excuse to be in bed?
Oh my god, dude.
Because I don't move. That's the point.
Do you know what it is?
Yes, I know what sleep paralysis is.
Dude, I'm not scared of sleep paralysis. What if I meet like a sexy demon lady?
Dude, bet.
The whole point is that you can't move. It feels like someone's strangling you and watching you very close.
Yeah, but what if it's a sexy demon lady?
What happens if it's like a succubus?
I've never heard any
sexy succubus.
Like
sexy succubus.
Let me finish.
Just without the death part. Like I'll take everything else, just maybe not the death. Anyway, continue.
No, all right. So, sleep paralysis, right? I've listened to tons of stories because back in 10th grade, I had a friend. I had sleep paralysis for like the first time. And so basically what happened was like I was just lying down in my bed, right? Just on my side, facing the wall. And I like suddenly like I wake up in my head, right? But I'm under the covers, my head's on the pillow. and my arms are crossed, stuff like that, and it sounds like someone's calling my name from behind me, and like it's it's starting to get like really creepy and stuff, and then like it feels like someone's like literally right behind me looking at me. Like in my head I feel someone breathing on the back of my neck. And like
Oh,
I'm trying to open my eyes, I'm trying to move, and I can't. I'm just stuck there, not able to
dude,
move or anything.
that's
And
so
like I feel
crazy.
myself slowly sinking into my bed, and like it feels like someone's strangling my throat, and it's getting harder and harder to breathe. And it goes like that for about a minute, and then all of a sudden it stops, and then I'm just like, even when it stopped and I was able to move and stuff, like I was able to finally move my fingers and like move my eyelids, I just didn't want to move at all. I was just like, I'm just gonna stay here. I'm just gonna go back to sleep. Nothing's going on.
But dude, I ain't afraid of no sleep paralysis. Like I want me a sexy demon lady. But anyway,
None of the stories I've heard I've ever had that. One person had sleep paralysis and they woke up like they could see, but their eyes were open, but they couldn't do
uh,
anything else. And they saw like there's this like wolf or something like walked into the room and like grabbed them by the foot or ankle with its mouth and started dragging them.
well, that's just your brain hallucinating.
No, except they woke up in the middle of the living room in the same exact position.
That's called sleepwalking.
Okay, that's a problem. Oh,
That's still creepy.
And no, but you could see like where they were dragged.
Oh,
oh,
And they woke up like in that exact position that they were stuck in.
wow.
Like it just all of a sudden the wolf or whatever like disappeared and they could move, but they were in the living room.
Oh my god, dude, that's crazy.
see, that would freak me
One
out.
person had trouble sleeping and they listened to the rain videos and stuff to help them sleep. But they found one that like apparently was like really good that would help them sleep. And they listened to it and it was like it suddenly turned into static and they heard a bunch of like it turned into a really high pitched static and stuff, right? And in their head they're going, "What is this?" And they end up like falling asleep after they turn it off because it started getting like really creepy. There were a bunch of other noises and stuff, but they wake up in the middle of the night and like their eyes are open. They're able to move their eyeballs around, and they see this like shadowy figure in the corner of the room, and it's like starting to move along the walls and stuff. And they start hearing the same static that was played in the video,
Oh,
like the
stop.
same quiet, static, and it gets louder and louder. And eventually, that figure's right in front of, like, on the ceiling, right in front of his face, and it's starting to like get closer to his face or like get bigger and stuff. And it's just a dark, shadowy figure, and like no eyes or anything. But he sees it open its mouth, and it just has all this like super loud teeth and like loud, loud.
Loud teeth.
Loud
It
teeth.
has all this like super loud static going off from like, and it's like getting like the guy's freaking out and all that, and then
We are Venom.
yeah, okay. Imagine the amount of teeth Venom had in the recent Venom movie, and double that.
Ooh. Now that
And
is what I'm talking about.
and like all of a sudden the guy is finally able to move, and he just like rolls off his bed and looks back, and there's nothing there, and his phone's still off and stuff. But like the guy just went
Yeah,
back
that
to
would
the
freak
rain
me out.
videos. The guy just went back to the rain videos after that.
I would not be able to sleep after that. But anyway,
He didn't.
like I was saying about the fear of dreams, do any of you guys ever fear dreaming?
I haven't had.
Why?
Yeah, no, I hadn't had it. After I was 5 years old, like I stopped having nightmares, and then when I was 6, I just stopped having dreams altogether till I was like 15.
Wow.
See, I'm just curious. I've never had a nightmare before. Is that weird? Like I've
Oh
actually,
man, nightmare.
like I've actually never had a nightmare. I've only had
That's
dreams.
it. Not having a nightmare. That's a blessing, dude.
No,
I had
dude.
one nightmare where it's like I was in the back of the van with my parents, and like
Wait, that already sounds horrible.
no, like it like Grand Caravan kind of thing. I'm sitting in the back, and I lean forward to like ask my mom something, and all of a sudden this like creature bites the van in half and it's like grabbing my like it's bit down on my legs and it's like pulling me back, and like I'm trying to hold on for dear life as it's like trying to yank me out of the van.
Oof.
Yeah, no, it's not fun.
I once had a nightmare so vivid and so real, like reality was like constantly changing around me. Like I was in,
Oh no,
Wait a minute.
I was in like a
Inception.
no, I was in a like how I remember it. I was on like a dock in the middle of like a really thundery rainstorm with like a giant like frigate next to me. Like I was like a
Military
pirate.
frigate or just like freighter?
Old times, like pirate or whatever.
Like we're talking like what you would see in Assassin's Creed Black Flag. That's it.
Dude, I love that game. Anyway, but yeah,
Side note, I love that game.
I love that game.
First I was there, and then I morphed in. Well, I didn't morph.
Morphin' time, boys.
Animorphs. But then reality morphed into like it was my room, but it was completely white. Like everything was white.
Oh no.
And then it morphs again. It's my room again. Same colors, but it's mirrored.
Oh.
Then it morphs again. I'm in like some sort of shower stall with like someone else.
Ooh.
It was a girl. I don't know.
Oh, better.
And then it just kept shifting, and then like I saw myself, and I like talked to myself. I think I like actually met with my conscience.
Whoa.
And then I jolted awake by my alarm. I looked at it and I looked back. I wasn't like tired and groggy like I normally is. I was fully awake, like ready to go.
Wait. So what did your if you talking to yourself in your dream was you talking to your conscience? What did your conscience have to say?
It was like, hey.
Fuck you.
No.
Look, you don't have a deep, gruff voice, all right? You don't go, hey.
Soldier 76. But
yeah.
I haven't reached the end of my story yet. Like, I woke up, I get dressed, I walk out of my room, my eyes are as wide as dinner plates, and I talk to my dad, and I'm like, is this real? He's like, what? Yeah? What's wrong? I'm like, okay.
Let me tell you.
Like, I had to get confirmation that I was awake. Like, I couldn't.
I'm just imagining,
because I legitimately could not figure out if I were in another dream. I couldn't figure it out.
Now you might be wondering how I got here. You see, it all started with this dream.
Oh my god.
Ryan, you mentioned a white room, right?
Yeah, like totally white version of my room, like just all white. And I saw myself in third person perspective.
Okay, that's weird. I don't think I've ever had a third person perspective thing, but you know how like I'm a Halo fan, right?
Uh-huh.
So I started delving deeper into the lore, and I just recently I started finding out how dark things actually get if you go deep enough. So in Halo, there's this faction like you have the UNSC, and then you have this the kind of like the NSA CIA branch called ONI, right?
ONI plays.
Sure. Office of Naval Intelligence, but so basically, if you do anything to cross them, right?
You're a dead boy.
You're not safe no matter where you are. They find you and they get you. And there was like one of their torture methods is they have this knife that they stab into like one of your nervous systems or whatever. And it's designed where like the person that's torturing you, right? If you think any negative thoughts about them, it sends an electric shock throughout your body.
Jeez.
And so like it's forcing you to think positive thoughts while you're being tortured by someone.
That's crazy.
And here's the thing. There's a facility called Midnight Facility. And it's in an asteroid belt area, and it's so heavily defended, it could take out an entire alien fleet. Now, here's the thing. Prisoners are kept in a solid white room. With the bare necessities, a bed, a toilet.
Bare necessities.
and a door with a tiny slit to send food through. And what ends up happening, and all the walls are like, one side. So like they see a white wall. On the other side, it's a mirror. Like it's a window. And what ends up happening is people who spend lots of time in those cells, they start having their dreams inside the cells because they don't leave the cell.
Oh, wow.
They're in the cell. No sense of what time it is, day or night, none of that. And then they start losing track of when they're dreaming and when they're not dreaming. And eventually they just start going completely insane because they don't know what's real or not. Their dreams, they're in the room. When they're not dreaming, they're in the room. They're constantly being given food at the same time. They don't know what's real or not. And it's just so bad.
Well, like, I'm just kind of afraid of dreams sometimes because, like I'm starting to fall asleep, but I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't know what kind of images my brain's going to create.
Yeah, no, see, I personally didn't have that problem.
I can sympathize. Like, for me, if I start something I usually do is like every October, I start listening to tons of creepypastas, stuff like that.
You stop that.
And
I just watched Goosebumps, dude.
Ew. Goosebumps.
Dude, like the show, dude, I love that show.
It was never like actually scary. I just always got annoyed with the endings of Goosebumps episodes and books. But like, I listen to a ton of creepypastas and like horror stories and stuff, and it gets to a point where right before I'm about to go to sleep, my brain starts remembering only that stuff, and I start my brain at certain points has played tricks on me where I feel something tugging at my bed, or like I see something out of the corner of my eye and stuff like that, or like I actually see something, I blink and it's not there. My brain hates me when I'm about to go to sleep, alright?
Oh man, I can empathize with you guys, but I can't sympathize.
I don't want to go to sleep because I'm like, what if something appears when I'm sleeping, or what if the same thing appears in my dream? I don't want to do that.
Yeah, dude, that's exactly how I feel. I'll just fall asleep and I'll just snap back to reality and I'll just be left with weird impressions of what I dreamed about. I just it's.
Man, that sucks for you guys
because the way
it sucks for us. You never had to deal with it.
Like the way you remember dreams is basically like you remember it happening, but like you just can't put your mark on like when.
I can at least agree on that part. I can agree on that.
All those moments where like you're doing something, say you're going to school, or you're just doing something random.
I once lived out my entire school day in a dream, and then I woke up.
Really, just a school day? Dude, I had to live out
like... go to school the same day after living
I did. And I lived the exact same day. I'm not even joking you.
Yeah, you have glimpses like that too, dude? Ryan. That's fucking lit.
Ryan, that was what I was just talking about.
Like, literally.
Dude, I have glimpses like that too, dude.
You dream something, but you don't realize it's a dream, and then it happens. And
dude, that happens to me all the time. It freaks me out. Well, actually, it used to freak me out. Not anymore.
This must have happened before. Like, for me...
Deja vu is...
No, but at the same time, you might try to convince yourself that you had to do it before, but the details are so exact that your brain is like, no, dude, like, there's no way you did this before. No, but somehow I remember you doing it before.
It's gotten to the point, because, like, I don't have them anymore, right? And usually the stuff happens the day after I have, like, that moment in a dream. But I've started, like, having it happen again, and I remember dreaming it years ago, and I'm like... What's going on?
See, I'm like inverse. Like when I was little, it would happen more often, but like nowadays, I barely get it. Like I've like in the entirety of 2018, I've had deja vu once, and like it doesn't even happen like the day after that. Like I had the glimpse, which is what I call it. I call it glimpses.
Some like TV.
Yeah, like normally,
just
like normally
a TV show with teenagers.
Like normally when I have a glimpse, that event doesn't happen until like 2 weeks after I dreamed it. I'm like, wait a minute.
I had one where it happened, and I'm not even joking. I had one happen 6 years, and I still remember that dream. Because it was...
Damn, that's pretty nice.
Because, like, it was just kind of like a really weird day. And then, like, so, like, that dream, really weird dream, as weird as it was, just kind of, like, sticks with you, right? And then, like, that exact same day happens, and I'm just like, I had a dream about this. What's going on? And, like, the last, like, couple hours of the day was me knowing what was going to happen. And I'm like... Okay.
Yeah, dude, like the day I dreamed about my exact school day, and then when I lived that exact, I was able to like finish all my friends' sentences. They're like, "Whoa, how'd you do that?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And like, I already knew what I was going to learn. I already knew what was going to happen. It's crazy.
The next step in human evolution.
Well, you want to know you want to hear like a really cool scientific way of like how I think deja vu works.
Even Metal Gear. Yes.
Okay.
Been in this place before.
Basically, your brain is the most advanced supercomputer
in the world.
Ever. Yeah, it's
only 20%.
No. Technically, that's not true, but
it's 10%. But
it's still not true. Anyway,
shut up,
Brandon.
Yeah, whatever. But anyway, your brain, it just takes every single possibility it can, it sorts them all out in an algorithm, and it calculates the one that is most likely to happen, and in your dreams it projects to you a warning. Whether you remember it or not is irrelevant, but it will hit you when it happens.
Dude, actually that kind of makes sense, because if you think about it, there's studies that show that like your brain is more active when you're sleeping. So it's like, why is it more active when you're sleeping? It's like maybe it's doing that, what you just said.
It's doing major calculations that computers of the future will never be able to do. It's crazy because it just can map out. Because in dreams, it can just simulate some sort of reality, no matter what. Like
it can basically simulate any reality theoretically.
Your brain is just the most advanced supercomputer on the planet.
So basically, it's not that we use 10% of our brains; it's that we understand 10% of how it functions.
Not really, not even close. I mean, no, I'm pretty sure what it is that, because we use majority of our brain on a basis.
Okay, mister, I don't know
any, okay, I don't know everything, but I'm just saying that, like, from what I know, it's not that we only use 10% of our brain, it's that we only on a basis use 10% of its capabilities, is what I'm trying to say.
On a basis, using only 10% of its capabilities is using 10% of the brain.
No, it isn't. Because you're using your entire brain. Like, every part of your brain is being used majority of the time. But, like,
right,
you're
only able to...
Also, I want to go back on, like, the dream thing about you two, like, really not liking the dream. Like, if y'all don't mind letting me go on, like, a small rant here.
No problem.
Like... I don't have that problem. Like, it's weird. Like, I'll have similar, like, experiences that you guys mentioned where it's, like, I'll, like, see something creepy or scary, and, like, that day I'll dream it, but, like, or, like, it will be something scary. But the reason I say I never had nightmares is because I only remember those dreams ending with me either being able to defeat whatever it was or kill whatever it was. Like, When I saw the
current action, you're like a current horror movie where the good guy always wins by killing the creature in the end.
See, but I've always been doing that since like ever. So, like for example, I have a VCR player, and I have the original VCR of the 1990 series of It. I watched it for the first time when I was like 6 years old.
Watching it when you're 6 is not a good idea.
Yeah, I watched it. It freaked me out when I first watched it, and like I dreamt it. But it literally just ended with me doing the exact ritual of chewed that they do in the like series, and I'm like, yay, I beat it. And then I wake up and I'm like,
Alright, so if you guys want, I had an idea. Like, if you guys wanted, I could just like read some like scary sleep paralysis stories. My only concern is that knowing my brain, I'm going to probably have sleep paralysis after this.
I feel like for the sake of the quality of this podcast, we just shouldn't. Because I feel like this podcast should be.
I also want to sleep
Our own
well
stories.
tonight.
Yeah, also, I don't want you to try and freak me out because I already know that I'm probably just gonna once
I'm
again
sorry, I'm
defeat
st-
whatever it is.
I'm starting to think it's less you not wanting me to. I'm starting to think it's less you considering about the quality of this podcast and more of you don't want me to freak you guys out.
Well, for starters, I know that if you tell me that and then I dream about it, I'm just gonna defeat it. Like I said, because like I've never had a nightmare before. So like, yeah, no.
First time for everything.
I've already heard many scary sleep paralysis stories, so and it doesn't bother me. It's not like Ryan said.
Let's go
I'm
to
not
Reddit.
scared.
Let's go to r/no sleep.
No. But I wanna maintain the integrity and quality of this podcast by keeping it just to us in our conversation.
You're breaking the fourth wall, man.
Breaking the fourth wall. Hey, y'all viewers out there, I know y'all crap and watching Ryan's pretty decent edits. Y'all comment below a scary sleep paralysis story. Bam.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. There.
I'll put this section in the highlights.
But yeah,
Ryan or John can maybe put in their own and like pin it in the comments so y'all can like see one of our other stories that we found.
I already said my story.
Well, maybe you had another one that you didn't say.
Yeah, I'd rather.
And maybe Ryan also has one that he just hasn't talked about yet. I know I haven't had sleep paralysis.
Alright, that's all I'm gonna say. I'd rather not.
True.
What I told you was the tame one.
Really, bro?
I don't want to hear the less tame one.
No wonder it was so boring. Gosh.
Yeah, no, I'd rather not get into that. Anyway.
No, that's fine. I mean, because if anything, it'll freak you out even more just thinking about it.
No, I'll do it like not tonight, but I'll send the story to Ryan. All right?
Yeah. Okay.
No, please. I want to sleep tonight.
I'll send it tomorrow.
Okay.
Right.
That's
at midnight. At midnight, because I know you're gonna be awake.
I'm sending it at midnight.
Also,
yeah,
just
right,
wondering.
I'm sending it tomorrow. I'll send it at
Don't
midnight.
call Dame Tukosita at 3 in the morning in Minecraft.
Okay, actually, on the topic of horror, specifically horror movies, do you guys like horror movies, and which one's your favorite?
I have never seen a horror movie, and I never intend to.
All right, Ryan, we're gonna have to change the fact that you've never seen a horror movie.
No.
John, I suggest Exorcist, the first one, the OG.
I've already watched that.
Best horror movie of all time. You know what Ryan hasn't watched? Any horror movie. You know what's the best one? Exorcist. Show him. I say you show him. Because I haven't seen it, but I've seen plenty of snippets of it to the point where I feel like... Bruh, shut up. No. And don't show... Like, if we're going to show Ryan... if Ryan's for the first time watching a horror movie, we need to make sure it's not anything 21st century. Because, like, most of the horror movies 21st century, other than Get Out, are, like, iffy at best.
Well, I mean, alright, Get Out, you had,
in my opinion.
No,
I think Get Out's...
Well, you had Get Out, you had,
If you say Truth or Dare... Conjuring? Yeah, I'll give you Conjuring. Yeah, the first one, though.
The second one wasn't much in the way of horror, as it was just it was just a decent movie.
Dude, I'm never gonna watch Paranormal Activity because I don't want to.
Really?
I don't want to sit through 2 hours of lamps falling over. All right.
Wait, isn't Paranormal Activity the TV show?
Oh no, there's rich people in a house, and now like
Paranormal Activity is.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It's a saga of movies. I think they're gone to like their sixth. I don't even know. I haven't been keeping track.
I heard that they're actually decent.
Yeah, I've heard they're decent too. But like I feel like for Ryan, the first one we should make him watch is The Exorcist. And then if you want something less scary but more entertaining, I say Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street. Some of the OG stuff.
Well, I mean, I don't watch movies like involving stuff with like Jason or anything. Serial killer stuff. I don't watch that.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah. It's just.
But I'm just saying for Ryan though, because those are less tame in terms of horror, and maybe Ryan isn't gonna. I mean, we are gonna freak him out with Exorcist, but I mean, I'm just saying.
No. You guys can't make me.
Fam, if we can convince Ray to make you watch a horror movie, I think we'll be fine.
Okay, she might be able to.
Yeah.
All right. So,
She might.
If we ever refer to Ray here, that's my girlfriend.
Yeah, we should make that clear.
all right. Well, anyway, you know what we should do? All right. We should all go to one of those like corn maze things.
Oh, dude, corn mazes are fun.
No. We should go to one of those, right? Around like Halloween. And you know the area that's just the quiet, like, because usually they have two areas. You have the area with all the mazes and the people jumping out at you with weapons and stuff to scare you, and then you have the one for kids where it's just nothing, just darkness and quiet. Yeah, because in my opinion, it's scarier when it's quiet.
Dude, with guys jumping at me with weapons, there would be no hesitation. I would deck one of them in the
Preach.
No, but you guys agree, right? That like just the idea of, you know, there's no noise.
I'd be
just pure quiet. The sound of you and your friend's footsteps walking through that maze.
Dude, you have unlimited food. What can you complain about?
But yes, you do have unlimited food. That's a good point. Well, not unlimited, but anyway. Here's my point, right? Brandon, I don't know if you can do this, but okay, so Ryan and I, right? We're both pretty tall. So what we do is we stand in the middle of the cornfield.
And T-pose.
No.
I could probably T-pose, but I definitely don't see.
Do that if you want. But, like, just imagine, just, like, two people just walk down, right? And they're on, like, a date, and then, like, wait. Who's that really tall dude in the middle of the cornfield?
We take really long strides.
I thought there was supposed to be no one here. Quick, let's get out of here.
We take really long strides really, really fast at random people. Guaranteed piss pants.
Yeah, and guaranteed get shot.
See, I could do that.
There's a gun into a cornfield.
Bro, wait a minute.
I heard this one story.
This corn's looking threatening at me.
No, I heard this one story where this lady called the police because she got lost in a cornfield maze. But
you told me this, yeah.
Yeah, I told you this. But I'm just gonna say this in the podcast just so people can hear it. But like, what ended up happening? She calls the police and she's like, and then goes 911. What's your emergency? Yeah, I'm stuck in a corn maze. I don't know where to go. It's really creepy here. And they're like, all right, we'll send someone over. Here's the thing: it's not even a maze; it's a straight line. Like, if she goes back the way she came, there's lights, people talking, and then like all she has to do to get to the end is just walk in a straight line. The police show up and they're like, they get to her and they're like, really? Are you serious? You got lost walking a straight line? Excuse me.
Hey, we can see you.
What? What? We can see you. What? We're behind you. What? I was like, yeah, over here. Like, what's doing? What?
Excuse me, ma'am. Did you get lost walking in a straight line?
3,000 IQ plays.
To be honest, though, if I wasn't paying attention, that would be me. Like, I would walk in a straight line into a corner and be like, wait a minute, where did I go? Or where am I?
Wait a minute.
Now I'd be even more stupid. I wouldn't even call the police. I would just, like, try and look around and be like, man, where am I supposed to go?
As the scarecrow gets off the thing and walks towards you.
Yeah, you see the scarecrow there, you turn around, it's gone. You're just like,
dude, I just start ripping through the corn like, oh, this maze can't hold me.
Maze can't hold me back.
If I go far enough, I'll find an exit.
2 hours later.
This is a lot of corn.
This is a lot of corn.
Alright, serious question. Because this is something I've heard people say. Have you guys ever had the fear of, like, being in movie theaters and that the person behind you could possibly kill you?
No, because like
nobody would notice.
Normally, because I said it. That's why I said at the topmost row. Just for that.
Behind you.
No, I don't have a fear of it. It's just I'm not taking my chances.
Just so you can be the person behind the other person.
Thank you, Ryan. See, Ryan understands.
Speaking an Italian accent behind their ear with a fiber wire. You break my heart. You break
No. I sit in front of someone. They see me. They're like, okay, I'm gone. Behind them, oh my womo, shindaira.
Nutty.
I'm just dead. Everyone's dead. I'm the only one that comes out.
Because apparently people have a fear, like, say the person behind them's going to use a fiber wire or, like, pull out a knife, slit their throat, and just disappear. Because no one really cares.
Or deck them with the movie projector.
Yeah, if it's that guy.
Hey, what happened to the movie? Oh, that's what happened.
He's just in a really bad mood, and some dude's like, "What's up with the move?"
Quicksilver dies in Avengers 2.
Oh, you want to hear a good joke about it?
You just see the ending of Infinity War.
Hey, what's Captain America's shield made out of?
Vibranium.
What's Hawkeye's shield made out of?
He doesn't have a shield.
Quicksilver.
Oh my
Even
god.
Quicksilver could have moved them out of the way instead
Probably.
of moving the car.
Sweet dreams are made of me. Dude, I love that sequence in X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That was a good sequence.
Yeah, if I'm being completely honest, you guys might hate me for this. I haven't seen all the X-Men movies. I've probably seen the first two.
Oh, I've seen all of them.
Yeah, I've seen the first two. I gave up after the second one. I'm like, man, I'm not a fan of it.
X-Men is just like a really weird section of
X-Men
Marvel.
is just Marvel going, Fox going, hey, remember when we finished the series? Well, you see, if we go back in time because this event happened,
yeah.
Go back.
Is that wait? That's what Days of Future Past was, right?
Well, this is now going to happen because we went back in time and fixed this. So now we're going to have to do this, and then it's just a constant recreating of the timeline kind of sequence.
Oh, dude, X-Men are just great value Avengers.
Deadpool 2, remember?
Am I right or am I right?
I love Deadpool 2, dude. That was
good. But
that was good.
Just we're off topic of scary stuff, but
Oh yeah, out of curiosity, are you guys gonna dress up for Halloween? And if so, what are you gonna be?
I mean,
oh dude, I got my.
Everybody knows who Captain Jack Reynolds. I forget.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Dude, I thought you were going to say Sparrow. I'm like, dude, everyone knows Captain Jack Sparrow.
No one knows Captain Malcolm Reynolds.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. I know. I've heard you name him before. Oh yeah, I remember. You did him last year.
This is only something John would get.
Wait, John.
Sorry that you guys haven't seen Serenity or Firefly.
Yeah, I still don't know what that is. I remember you said the name. Isn't that here?
It's Nathan Fillion, or Cade 6.
Yeah, the person you were last year. Was that not it? Or
yeah, that was it.
Oh, okay.
I plan on upgrading it.
Oh, okay. Nah, dude. This year I'm gonna go full cheese.
I mean,
I'm gonna go full cheese this year. I'm going Bud Knight.
No, because Brandon, it was either Malcolm Reynolds or try to go V for Vendetta.
That'd be good.
But V for Vendetta costume is actually a bit expensive to make. Because, the whole metal, or at least has to look like metal breastplate.
Yeah.
And leather jacket and gloves, and then the nice hat, the anonymous mask, and the cool cape. That's a bit hard.
I'm doing the homemade suit from Spider-Man: Homecoming. I got my.
Yeah, I saw Snapchat.
I got my red balaclava today. It's great.
You need to fix the middle part of the balaclava because it starts shrinking, the ninja thing.
I'll figure it out.
You need to make it more straight.
I'm getting the welder's goggles tomorrow or something. And if I get the welder's goggles, I could be like Doc Ock if I wanted to.
Nah, dude. For Halloween, I might go full cheese and just be Bud Knight. I'm being completely real because dude, Bud Knight's freaking lit.
Everything you have is built on lies.
Except the only difference is I can't have anything relating to beer when I wear that because obviously
Guys,
Yeah, face masks are just legal.
We should actually have a Halloween party and like just try scaring each other.
Yeah.
Fun fact for the viewers: full facial masks are illegal in the state of Virginia.
That's why I can't do the V for Vendetta costume because we're not allowed to wear a full facial mask.
Oh, that means I
Viva la
can't.
Revolution!
Wait, oh, that means I can't do Bud Knight either because he has the helmet.
Man,
Right.
why it have to be illegal to wear a full facial mask?
Well, you know, if you're wearing,
Okay, no,
I
think
mean,
it's okay
I don't know.
I think it's okay on Halloween because it's Halloween.
Yeah, but they're not. Yeah, well, obviously, and that's more of an unspoken truth.
what if someone with a ski mask is walking up to
Okay,
a
a
bank?
ski mask is probably not allowed.
And the
Yeah.
officer asks them like, "Oh, hey son, what are you walking out with that ski mask for?" "Oh, I'm just dressing up for Halloween."
So you're
Okay.
under arrest.
All right, buddy.
You have to be
Alright,
really
you
dumb
can-
to do that.
You can go into the bank.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'll probably be Bud Knight, and then my sister invited me to go trick or treating with my niece and nephew, so I'm gonna do that. Any final thoughts? We probably should wrap up.
Yeah, it's been about an hour.
Yeah, I have to go. It's after 10.
All right. Well, this concludes the second episode of the Ramblecast Halloween edition.
Well, I mean, it's not really Halloween edition since, you know.
Yeah, we can do another Halloween
We
edition.
can keep doing.
We could just do an Oktoberfest, like an Oktoberfest thing, because we're probably gonna do at least like another
There's
episode.
so many topics we haven't touched on, so
All right.
Yeah, but we'll get to that later.
yeah.
All right. So
Alright,
thank you everyone for watching.
Thank you,
Brendan
Ryan,
and
for
John.
getting on. It was nice having you here on my.
Wait, I'm
podcast.
not the guest here.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
yeah,
not gonna be
Brandon,
me.
thanks for having us. Yeah.
yeah, no problem, man. I was glad to have you. Comment below, like I said before, a scary sleep paralysis story.
All right.
Kind of,
Yeah.
Kinda wanna hear that.
Sleep paralysis
Yeah.
stories, guys.
Well,
yeah.
well, that wraps up the second episode. We will see you next time. All right.
All right.
Goodbye.
All right.
Later. Later, guys.
Yeah, all the really poor quality exits aside, but yeah, just hope everyone enjoyed the video. Have a great day.